What up, what up, what up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you, man. Welcome back to the channel. Caitlin Clark lives rent-free in Angel Reese's head. Caitlin Clark lives rent-free in Angel Reese's head. Guys, I gotta tell you, this video might be a little longer than normal, but I had a chance to check out that Unapologetically Angel podcast. Now, guys, I gotta tell you, I think it's cool that Angel Reese is doing it. I don't have a problem with her trying to capitalize on her brand and all this kind of stuff. But Angel Reese just admitted that Caitlin Clark is the best player in the league. Initially, for her thumbnail, Caitlin Clark was the center of the thumbnail. Why? She needs Caitlin Clark for this podcast to be relevant. And everybody has said it on Twitter. Why not just invite Caitlin Clark on the podcast instead of talking about Caitlin Clark? Now, if you guys watched it, she was very complimentary of Caitlin Clark. Shout out to Angel Reese for that. But then Angel Reese went down this dark path that I don't think she'll ever be able to recover from. And you know what that is, guys? She called Caitlin Clark's fans the problem. She said the Iowa fans and now the Indiana Fever fans are attacking her racially and in other ways. And I think that was a low blow. I think that was a low blow for Angel Reese to go there, because what she was implying is that Caitlin Clark is not doing enough to stop her fans from attacking her. No, Caitlin Clark is just outplaying you. Now, for some of y'all, and y'all, I think I'm the only one who's had this take so far, this is completely common for Angel Reese. Y'all remember, Angel Reese won a national championship. She gets so easily distracted and she starts getting into her own head. What happened the following season? She ends up getting suspended. The coach at LSU, Kim Mulkey, had to suspend her for like 4 or 5 games. Because, guys, her mindset, she doesn't know how to handle the attention. And Chicago Sky, y'all gotta remember this. What if the Indiana Fever in the WNBA promoted Caitlin Clark like the Sky in the WNBA promotes Angel Reese? They want Angel Reese to be some Caitlin Clark alternative, but not only is the talent not there, nobody likes her the more she becomes public, because she keeps making statements playing the victim when people don't agree with her. And just because people don't agree with you don't mean they're bad people. Guys, I get comments on some of my videos where people don't agree with my take. I get called a sellout, I get called all that kind of stuff. Man, they're entitled to that, right? Matter of fact, I welcome the difference of opinion. But Caitlin Clark is the only reason people want to talk about Angel Reese. She led her podcast off with that. Nobody wanted to hear anything else. Now, guys, she's trying to do this whole Barbie thing. She's trying to do all of this stuff other than getting better at the gym, at shooting. Guys, you're shooting roughly 20-30%. You're missing layups left and right, right? At the end of the day, I'm glad you got the podcast. But Caitlin Clark's fans are not the problem right now. If you actually worked on your game as much as you working on this podcast, did y'all see the studio she was in? That ain't a cheap podcast setup. Considering I do my videos in my car and in my office at home, she took some time to put some thought into that podcast. All I'm asking you to do is do the same thing on your shooting. Like, honestly, guys, Chicago Sky hadn't won really since the Olympic break. Why? Angel Reese is focusing on the podcast and trying to stat pad to get double-doubles when she doesn't have to. Notice, guys, Angel Reese, when they beat Caitlin Clark that year, what were we talking about with Angel Reese? Her game, her leadership. This girl can be the equivalent. What most Caitlin Clark fans want to see is the same thing I want to see. We want to see like a Bird Magic type thing. Bird and Magic both had great games. Angel Reese is getting rebounds like a Dennis Rodman, great. But both Magic and Larry Bird had offensive talent too. Okay? And one of the things you guys are gonna find is, if Angel Reese keeps this up, Angel Reese is about to be irrelevant. Not only did she insult Caitlin Clark fans, she also gave props to Cheryl Swoops. I said, is this girl trying to ruin her career? And I get it, Cheryl Swoops had been down with her from the beginning. Cheryl Swoops wants her to be the face of the league. So she gave Cheryl Swoops some props. I said, Angel Reese is trying to be this villain to Caitlin Clark. But if you're going to be the villain, you got to be just as talented. Okay? Superman had Lex Luthor, right? Ric Flair had Hulk Hogan, right? And you're gonna see Batman got the Joker. Batman got, Batman had, Two-Face. We understand what the villains are. At least the villains make it interesting. Right now, guys, Angel Reese ain't even making this interesting. They don't even let you bet for her on Rookie of the Year no more because it's over. Caitlin Clark is going to probably be in the top discussion for MVP, and Angel Reese over here talking about racist fans. And guys, I ain't saying racism doesn't exist, but when you got an opportunity for a podcast like this, and you say Caitlin Clark and you are cool, bring her on the podcast so you can show it ain't that animosity. Guys, I watch a lot of Caitlin Clark videos. I do a lot of stuff on Twitter when I plan for my videos. And if Angel Reese is getting that kind of treatment from Caitlin Clark's fans, she got to show some evidence so that those fans, the true Caitlin Clark fans, can actually condemn it and you isolate those people. But right now putting a broad brush on Caitlin Clark fans, that was not fair. And all you did was bring more attention to why people like Caitlin Clark better than they like you. I'm going to say this, guys. Once Caitlin Clark gets into the playoffs, and if Caitlin Clark keeps playing like this, Angel Reese is going to become irrelevant if she doesn't work on her game as much as she's working on social media and branding. Social media and branding is important. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why people still wearing Jordans after that man been retired for how long. There's a reason why even when I go golf, I put on my Jordans. Because he still had greatness. Angel Reese needs to work on the greatness like Caitlin Clark. Show me some videos where you working on some down low moves. Show me some. I ain't telling you not to do the podcast, but show me where you working on your game too. Because right now, Caitlin Clark is living rent free in your head. And the more you talk about her and her fans on your podcast, you're becoming more and more irrelevant because you got to work on your game if you want to be in the same conversation with Caitlin Clark, because Caitlin Clark has moved on to Angel Reese. I'm gonna attach my video where I told y'all her target was Angel Reese. It was Asia Wilson. Her target is Asia Wilson now. Caitlin Clark gonna be the face of the league. At least Asia Wilson knows it. And Asia Wilson is showing us her game talent, not her podcast talent, not her marketing talent. Angel Reese, Asia Wilson out here balling. So y'all get down in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think about Angel Reese's unapologetically Angel podcast and her calling all of Caitlin Clark's fans racist, man, because I think this was a bad first step. She even changed her thumbnail on YouTube after people called her out on it, man. Is Jeff crazy or is Jeff on to something, man? Y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know. If you hadn't already, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications. And until next time, I'm going to holler.